There's a lot of Sony fans out there who is in denial of the state of Sony. There are a lot of die-hard fans there who will not see Sony doing any wrong. But you see, when you can turn those same die-hard fans against your moves, Sony, then you have a problem. Look at this.
What it is, man. Because you see, it's going to get to a point where stuff is just going to get real ugly. And I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know if it's going to be Sony just see the writing on the wall or something and maybe try to find a way to interject something different. Because right now, I'm just being real. I'm tired of The Last of Us. I really am. Like last year we had it and we are having it again. And it's like, bro, what the heck? I'm tired of The Last of Us. It is what it is.
You told us to wait, we waited, and you're still not here. Neil Druckmann, where are you? Neil Druckmann, where are you? Where is factions? Where is factions? Where is factions?
She gone, man. She gone.
And I'll tell you right now, I am not buying The Last of Us Part 2 remake. I'm not upgrading for it because I'm not interested in it. I think it reveals a problem right now. And the problem is that from Sony's first party, we need new game announcements. We need Sony to start talking.
Yo, shout the season, man. Shout the season, man. Yo, I thought this nigga boy big butt.
You can't even make this up, guys. Today we are going to talk about how Destiny 2 just might be in trouble. In addition to that, we are going to talk about how our next high-profile dev has just left Sony. What's going on here? Let's talk about it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Throughout this video, you would see an ongoing theme, and that theme is the downfall. We first looked at a number of disgruntled Sony fans. We're talking about die-hard Sony fans. Next, we are going to talk about how gamers are fighting back. And let's talk exactly about that right now. So today, a class action lawsuit was filed against Sony for their, anti-consumer practices. Take a look at this. Sony is set to face a $5 billion Euro class action lawsuit over PlayStation Store prices. A class action lawsuit accusing Sony of overcharging PlayStation Store customers by up to 5 billion euros, 6.27 billion, can proceed to trial, the UK Specialist Competition has ruled.
According to the suit, these terms enable the company to dictate the price of digital content and charge a 30% commission on every purchase, which results in excessive and unfair prices to consumers that are out of all proportion to the costs of Sony providing these services to its customers. Sony had sought to quash the suit, arguing that the case was flawed from start to finish, but on Tuesday the UK's Competition Appeal Tribunal granted class representative Neil approval to go to trial with the claim against the Japanese company. This is the first step in ensuring consumers get back what they're owed as a result of Sony breaking the law, said Neil. PlayStation gamers' loyalty has been taken advantage of by Sony, who have been charging them excessive prices for years.
So it's just as I said in the last video, Sony for years have been milking their consumer base dry. And now someone is fed up, or a group of people were fed up. That is why they brought this lawsuit. Notice how much they are being sued for. That is $5 billion euros. That is not no small amount of money. And the mere reason why the judge did not squash the lawsuit according to what Sony wanted is because the judge is seeing something there. The judge is seeing that Sony has been taking advantage of these ponies for too long. So now they are getting, some innocent people are going to get their money back. So this is just the first news here. Let's go on to the second, the downfall. So as most of you all know, a number of high-profile workers was thrown out of Sony. We are talking about Connie Booth. She was thrown out. We are talking about Jim Ryan. We would have learned that he too was ousted. There were some devs at Bungie. There were some devs at Naughty Dog. So many high-profile developers, high-profile executives would have either been thrown out or left Sony this year. Well, guess what? We have another one to add to the roster. And this one is coming from the team there at Returnal. Take a look at this. This time it is Returnal director Harry Kruger to leave PlayStation Studio Housemarque after 14 years.
Housemarque's Harry Kruger, who is best known for serving as game director for Trippy sci-fi shooter Returnal, is leaving the studio after 14 years. Housemarque announced the news in a post on its website and sends the creative off with well wishes. Kruger led the team through development of the PS5 game, but also has credits for other titles, such as Outland, Resogun, and Nex Machina. Kruger shared a statement regarding his exit, saying that he has been incredibly fortunate to work on one dream project after another, and had the privilege of working alongside some truly talented and wonderful people along the way. It's been an honor to accompany Housemarque on this journey, witnessing our growth from our smaller arcade-inspired titles to the magnificent heights we reached with Returnal, Kruger said. We really shook the pillars of heaven together, and I will forever be proud of all the amazing things we've accomplished as a studio. Departing from Housemarque was a very difficult decision for me, but I'm leaving the company with nothing but deep gratitude for the past and a glowing optimism for the future, with an exciting new project in the works, a fantastic team that's stronger than ever, and the continuous support of Sony and PlayStation Studios. I know that Housemarque's brightest chapter has yet to be written.
Another one gone, another one gone, another one bite the dust. Yes, another one has bitten the dust. And yes, he's out of there. So it just seems like Sony is just allowing these developers to just leave. I don't know what's going on, but I know the PlayStation division is the division that makes the most money in Sony. Now, if Sony is number one in gaming, and no doubt they would be paying their developers, making sure that their working environments is the best because they still want that money to come in. Why are all these developers either leaving or being or going into retirement? Something is not adding up in Sony. But what could I expect right now? It's the downfall. Now, if you are liking what you see and hear, please consider subscribing. I'm seeing that 78% of you unsubscribe. What going on, my friends? What going on? Unlike Sony, to subscribe is free. Now let's look at our last story for this evening. And let's talk Bungie. You see, Bungie was acquired by Sony not too long ago. And from the very jump, we're seeing that Bungie leadership assured its employees that no one will get fired. And just so happened that not too long ago, it was layoffs after layoffs after layoffs. So let me ask you this. After you lay off all these Bungie workers, after there is such low morals in the studio, after persons are not sure if they would be next when it comes to layoffs, what you think would happen to the game that they are producing? Do you think it will get better as time goes on, or do you think it might be worse? Yes, this is exactly what happened to Destiny 2, because it's being reported that Destiny 2 is seeing the lowest numbers ever. Not just in one period, but since launch, the lowest numbers ever. Listen to this. So based on the data from website Steam Charts, Destiny 2 is currently in the midst of its worst stretch of history in terms of player count. Over the past 30 days, D2 has only averaged a little more than 34,000 concurrent players, with the first-person shooter peaking at 59,076 players at a single time. These numbers are both the lowest that have ever been seen on D2 on Steam. Obviously, it's worth noting it's not known if these same statistics are mirrored on PlayStation and Xbox. But more often than not, trends that are found on Steam are typically reflected across other platforms. So there you have it. that narrative where Xbox can manage their studios, that narrative where it is they're saying that Xbox don't know what to do with their studios, it's really helping us to see these Sony fans was really projecting. It's really and truly evidence is showing that it is Sony who cannot manage their studios. You see, you cannot take credit for a studio who was already great long before Sony acquired them. Insomniac, Naughty Dog, all those studios were great long before Sony had anything to do with them. So now we were supposed to see Sony great managerial skills taking place with Bungie because they recently acquired Bungie. So why aren't we seeing this? Why are we seeing layoffs? We are seeing that the game is, getting worse because persons are not feeling to come back to play it. What is going on there with Sony? Why are we seeing these games constantly being reduced when it comes to player count? Well, it's clear. Sony, you are in the age of the downfall. But let me hear what you think about everything we spoke about today. The class action lawsuit, or it could be one of the directors leaving House Marquee, or it could be that Destiny has seen its lowest Steam count ever since Sony acquired them. Let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.